Hi everyone, Rosetta here, and we're going to be looking into what will happen this coming year. All right, stay tuned for a lot of different questions we're going to ask, specifically intended for those who are here watching this video. And we're going to start off with things to say yes to in the coming year, okay? Things to say yes to. Let's see what Tarot has to say about this. Things that you should say yes to in the new year. Things to say yes to. Okay, definitely saying yes to new friendships, being open to new friendships. So they're also giving us a couple of things to say yes to accepting help from others. Say yes to not having to do it all alone. Say yes to doing less and receiving more. Okay? All right, let's look at some things to say no to in the coming year. Okay, so what are some things that you should avoid or say no to when they come your way? Things to say no to in the coming year. What does Tarot have to say? Things to say no to. Okay, things to say no to with the star are, wishes that seem to be unachievable, totally impractical. So going off on wild goose chases are something to say no to in the coming year. Instead of working on your own goals and wishes, say no to being along for the ride on somebody else's journey that's not your own. Okay, so saying no to that. Saying no to worrying unnecessarily. If something is making you really unhappy in the new year, then that is a sign that that is something that should not be in your life. Don't continue to suffer unnecessarily. And saying no to authority figures. So that's kind of an interesting one. Okay, so what authority figures can you just say no to or ignore or avoid? All right, we're going next to things that you should create boundaries around in the new year. Things to create boundaries around. Places in your life where you need to set boundaries. Okay, so definitely setting boundaries around letting yourself take unnecessary chances. The lottery is not your way out in the new year. Spending money on things that only 0.1% of people will receive gain from. Don't invest in those kind of things. Let's do one more. Things to set boundaries around. Once again, a big theme in this reading so far is that many of you will be sacrificing for the dreams and goals of other people and neglecting your own. So set boundaries around how much you're willing to assist other people in your life. And as we saw in the first set of cards, something that may feel uncomfortable for you, but that you should definitely lean into in the new year is asking for help. People should be assisting you in this new year. And another thing to set boundaries around is unnecessary change and upheaval. If someone in your life wants you to do something that completely sets you outside of your comfort zone, if someone asks you to move, if someone asks you to be a permanent caregiver, these are things that are not going to be good for you in the new year. Find ways to share the burden if there's something that you cannot avoid. Next one is going to be your money forecast. And we're going to pull 4 cards here, guys. It's your money forecast for the year ahead. And we're going to do first quarter, which is the first 3 months of the year, second quarter, second 3 months of the year, third quarter, third 3 months of the year, and the final quarter, which would be October, November, December of the coming year. Okay, so your money forecast. First quarter, 6 of Cups in reverse, second quarter. 2 of Pentacles, third quarter, Page of Wands, and the fourth quarter, end of the year, the Empress. So one of the things I'm seeing here is if you make smart money decisions all the way through and take your money seriously, remember, when you love your money loves you back. So if you do everything that this reading is suggesting you do, you end up in a beautiful position of the Empress, where you really feel like, I have gotten everything in control this year. I've gotten everything exactly the way I want it to be. So let's go back to the first quarter. We have the 6 of Cups in reverse. So the first quarter, the first 3 months, January, February, March, are a time to accept. Do you see this big theme through this reading so far is accept assistance. So for those of you who feel uncomfortable with asking for help from friends or family, and this help could even just be a listening ear, somebody that you can run things by that you're thinking about doing. So if you are someone who tends to want to go it alone and feels maybe you're not worthy of help, or maybe it's a weakness to ask for help, this year is a time in the first quarter around money. Ask for help when it can save you from hiring professionals to do something. Ask for assistance. If there's someone who's really good at money and investments in your life, ask for assistance. Ask for assistance. If there's someone that is in a field of work that you would like to get into, okay, ask them who's hiring, what you should do next, okay? First quarter. Second quarter, you may be juggling more than one thing. So if you're someone who really wants to make a financial breakthrough in the coming year, be open to working your full-time job and a side hustle. And this is not only for the money. This is also by doing more than one thing, you don't feel that you're stuck in one or the other alternative. And through doing more than one thing in your pursuit of money or career, it exponentially brings more opportunities and more ideas, more new ideas to you. Third quarter, you may be starting something new, guys. It's the Page of Wands. So in the third quarter, you may find that you're starting new in a career, or a new opportunity comes. If a new opportunity comes for you, don't think, oh, this isn't worth it. Follow it up. Find out more about it. And we already talked about the fourth quarter. If you do all of these things, you're in a beautiful position at the end of the year. All right, guys, I'm going to ask a quick question about a possible recession coming, because I know a lot of people may be worried about that. So will we be seeing a recession in the coming 12 months? Let's find out. Oh, no. Okay. So if you pay attention to yourself and what you should be doing, you should have a very prosperous year ahead. Things should be going very well for you if you're one of the people who's viewing this video. Okay. Career change, career promotion. Let's go there next. Okay. So career change, is that something that is likely to be good for you in the new year? Career change, try to stay where you are and grow where you are. All right. And then promotion within your current career. What do we see there? Okay, we see some conflict, maybe some reorganization in your company. But we see that you are in the right. So there may be some conflict. It may be a little bit rough in your current career, but you will succeed. You will be promoted. You will go to the next level. All right, next we are going to, this is our last category. I know everyone's interested in love relationships. So here we go. Let's go with that. So what is in the cards for you in the coming year in terms of relationship? The first question we're going to go to is, so for people who are not currently in a relationship, we're going to be going to, will you meet your soulmate this year? Now, that's a question I often receive in my private readings. So let's see what we have for the group as a whole who's viewing this video. Will you meet your soulmate this year if you are looking for one? All right, there's a possibility, but what's standing in the way? Let's see. All right, yes, there is a possibility that you may meet your soulmate this year. And remember that everybody has more than one soulmate. So you have a good chance to meet them if you don't become sidetracked by the wrong person. So if you already know, so Knight of Swords in reverse, if you already know that you've been with the wrong person for a long time, this would be a time to consider having the strength to end that relationship so that the right person can come in. Let's see if Spirit has anything else to say about this soulmate question. Yeah. So then we also have the Five of Cups in reverse. So this is a time, if you really want to meet your soulmate in the coming year, that you stop looking at all of the things which have failed for you in relationships and turn around, and it looks like you have two good options if you are open to them. So you need to stop looking at the past and know that there are two good options for you in the coming year. All right, last relationship question that we have is troubled relationship. So if you're in a relationship and you're wondering, should you stay or should you go? Let's see what Tarot has to say about this. Okay, so for the people who are wondering whether they should continue in the current relationship, should they stay or should they go? All right, so I'm going to ask this two ways, everyone. In this card is going to be for people who are relatively happy in their relationship. They just don't feel it's necessarily the one. They're getting a little bored. They're just not sure. So this is, you're basically happy, but you're wondering if someone is better out there. Okay. And in this column, we're going to pull a card for those who are really not happy and wondering if the relationship will improve in the coming year. All right. So, first of all, for those who are relatively happy, should they stay or should they go? All right. So it kind of depends, guys. So if you're here listening to this and you're in a current relationship and you're wondering, is this good enough? Should you stay or should you go? The advice is that if you can be happy without the final commitment of marriage, okay, or if you're in a marriage and it's not absolutely perfect, the question here is, but is it 80% of what you want? If it's 80% of what you want, tarot is saying it's a good idea to stay. All right, let's go to the other scenario where you're really not happy, but you're wondering if it could improve. Okay, so you're not happy, but can it improve if you stay? All right, it's interesting. Both of these scenarios are kind of similar. So both of them, it's the Two of Cups in reverse, and here the Queen of Cups in reverse. It's, are you happy without total perfection? So both of these would be kind of a yes, stay if being in a relationship is the most important thing to you. If you would be happy on your own and happy to wait for someone who is even more of what you want, then consider going. Okay? But in this scenario, the troubled relationship, the advice is, what is great about the person that you may have forgotten? So first look at all of the things about the person that you still love, that you used to love, but now you've been fixated more about what's not right. So before you make any change, reconsider what, look at all of the things they're already giving you and all of the good things they're already bringing into your life. And then Queen of Cups in reverse, this is a little bit to consider. Are you being overly emotional? So this is a good one to do a pro and con list. What are all the things you still love about it? What are the things that you are most dissatisfied with? And have you ever had a heart-to-heart talk with this person about those things? Okay, so both of these are just to consider. If you're happy enough on your own, you're willing to wait until you find the person that you really feel a soulmate connection with, then you could consider um, maybe at least taking a time out. But if you really look at it and you see that this person is much better than you have been thinking because you've just been focusing on what you're dissatisfied with, give them another chance this year. All right, guys, thank you for being with me. If you enjoy these tarot readings, please consider subscribing, and you'll find links in the description about how you can get more magical tips and tricks from me. I have a Charm Your Life newsletter that teaches you how to transform your life with free tips via email and extra things that no one gets except those people who are on my e-list. Sending you my blessings and love for a beautiful year ahead, and see you next time.